So I'm Max Homestead.
And I'm Jordan Johnson.
And we are the creators of the Top Hat Balloon Show, a sketch comedy show that's been running for almost a year now, and we've been working on it for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Coming up on that.
And I just want to say, hey, cheers to 43 episodes of the Top Hat Balloon Show, and the one you're about to watch.
Which is this one.
It's this
and
one.
It won't be funny. It'll just be...
It might be a little funny sometimes.
Hopefully.
Unintentionally, though. We don't want it to be funny at all.
Only as funny as we normally want to be, which is not that funny.
Yeah. Usually I want people to cry when they hear me.
Yeah. Or I don't want to talk at all and just sit in a corner and kind of clutch my head and breathe heavily. In the fetal position. Because I'm thinking about writing the next sketch that I have to do. That's what this has been, really.
Just all the whole time.
Just hell.
Just
me in a corner, rocking. So we wanted to talk about kind of why we did the show and why we decided to do 44 episodes of a thing for a year and how it all started. For free, mind you. Yeah, we don't get paid for this. I don't know if you didn't know that, but we don't. You know, open my wallet. There's butterflies.
What?
Why is that a thing?
What did you say?
Open my wallet, there's butterflies. You know in cartoons where like poor people open their wallet, there's butterflies in there? Is it like he hasn't opened it in so long that butterflies grow in there?
You know there's nothing in there. I don't know why he's checking. Maybe it's like, you know how moths used to eat clothes?
Oh, so maybe you open it and there's butterflies in it and he's like, hey, who ate my money?
Yeah. That damn butterfly eating my money again. So how the show started is we were approached by 6'5" and they propositioned us.
They propositioned us to do 44 episodes of a thing. And they laid out this spreadsheet and they're like, so we need 44 episodes in order to fill up the entire year and make an entire year's worth of content. And Jordan was like, that's a lot. And then I said, because I was justifying it, I was like, well, it does sound like a lot. But he was talking about cutting it down into 11 episode sections, which sounds more manageable.
11 sounds easier than 44.
And honestly, as we were doing the first 11, I thought, we're not going to do this for the whole time. It's just not sustainable.
You didn't think you were going to make it through?
No. I thought eventually we would drop off and just be like, fuck this, we're not doing this. So another reason I personally started the show is because at the time, we hadn't been making that many things. And we hadn't done sketch comedy in a long time.
It's been a long time, yeah.
And
when we did make things, it was sparse. It had been long times between things. Mm-hmm. And the last thing we'd worked on was like the 48-hour film festival, I guess. We'd like made a few shorts, but we didn't do like sketch comedy.
Right, and definitely not once a week. No. Never once a week.
Never,
even when we did it back then.
Even in our prime.
But at that point, when we started everything, that had become nostalgic to me, and I was kind of waxing poetic about how we never get together and just laugh and make a thing anymore.
Yeah. And that was fun to do for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
40 episodes after that.
I'd say it was more than 4 weeks.
No, it was good. It was fun for a long time.
It was fun. And we wanted to try to do a legitimate version of what we do.
Right.
So it was like an actual show that was every week. Now we have a catalog we have a catalog that we can point to and be like, hey, remember that year that we made 44 things?
Yeah. This is like the optimized version of our childhood dreams. Like this is what we always did. But now we did it.
Because we would always sit around and be like, what if we just got paid to do this? Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be really cool. We still didn't get paid.
We still have that dream. But you know, maybe one day.
It's still fun to just do.
Yeah, and even not getting paid for it, I still look back at a lot of those and I'm like, I'm glad that we did that, and I'm proud of a lot of those, and we're gonna submit some of them to festivals.
Yeah, but it's not for a waste or anything.
No, no, I wouldn't say it's a waste at all.
There's this one episode called God, I Miss Gregg.
God, I Miss Gregg.
And that was one of those times where we were like, okay, we're having Theo over. Theo's hilarious. We're going to do a little improv. We'll make up some stuff. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. That was the one time we finished a shoot and thought to ourselves, We failed.
And that was worthless. And
That was worthless. We're never going to
taking the equipment down, and we're like, well, that was a complete and utter failure.
And a failure.
Because sometimes you try improv and it just doesn't happen.
So a long time passes, and I had forgotten that we even did that, because it was like we were all tired and hated it, and it was sad, and we just did something else afterwards.
One of my goals is always to make Theo seem ambiguously gay, against his will. And so I was describing it as this friend who hasn't seen his other friend in 24 hours. And Theo kept saying, well, why would he care about that unless he was gay? And I'm like, no, you're not gay. You're just like very friends with Jordan.
And then he had me like come sit really close to him on the couch.
So cut to, I was editing one day, and I was looking at the schedule, trying to fill out the episode list, and I'm like, I really don't want to shoot another thing this week, and we're kind of we're coming up on the release of things. And so I should get something. And I'm like, I wonder.
I want to cut in here and tell you quick. We've made it sound like we're bullshitting a lot. We really did write a lot of things and have many ideas that we did on purpose. We weren't just trying to fill time. Just so you're aware.
But the stories come from the times where you're like, what are we going to do?
Sometimes you get pressured. Sometimes being under the gun makes you make good things.
Other times it makes you make just absolute shit.
And you'll see what happens. But it's worth trying when you're making 44 or something.
Yeah. So back to the other thing. So I was editing, trying to find something. I'm like, I wonder if that stupid thing that we gave up on would work for something.
Is there a single nugget of merit?
With improv, I'm always trying to find the takes where you laugh directly after the thing and trying to make it work so that the laugh is cut off and you just cut to another thing and it's seamless.
That way you have the funniest takes automatically used because you laugh the hardest after those things.
Yeah. If you get through a shoot and you're not laughing, there's usually an issue, and it's probably not good. So I edited together this thing and showed it to Jordan.
So I watched this and I said, "Oh my God, he edited this! I forgot we made this. What
this
the
is
hell
going to be embarrassing for me.
Stupid and embarrassing. I can't believe he spent any time on that." So I watch it, and then I laughed my ass off for like 20 minutes. Just like some of the things, like Theo had this joke where he said his basement had a leak.
I've had this leak in my basement for about a few weeks, and too lazy to call the repairman, so I decided to just leave it. And now, every time I go downstairs, the water gets deeper and deeper. And now it's up to my knees, and I don't know what to do, so I just throw all my dirty clothes down there instead of using the washer.
So what you're saying is there's just a huge tumble of your dirty clothes floating around in the basement.
Yeah, but I throw buckets of detergent down there.
So what you're saying is the basement is a big washing machine.
Yes, but I have to go down there every other week and stir it.
Such a Theo idea, too.
It's so dumb and weird.
It was
and
nothing,
he just made it up.
It was nothing that was in what we told him to do either. No. It's just like comes out of the woodwork, something out of Theo's brain. It was fun to edit too, because to watch him kind of work through that, and you kind of can see in his mind, okay, I'm talking about flooding my basement. How do I make this funny? Oh, maybe it's a washing machine.
Well, it stems from I couldn't do my laundry because the basement's flooded. How could I do my laundry instead? Why did the joke happen with blue cheese in my pockets?
We need to catch up.
Ooh, did you shower before you came?
Oh, it's just the cheese I have in my pockets. I've started carrying cheese in my pockets all the time.
Why have you done that?
Theo's reaction to that is so funny. And it's in the channel video. Because I was just like, that cut is so good. I also love in that one, because I get all the music for the show on Epidemic Sound, and so I'm always trying to find new music. And for that one, I was just looking up stings, but because it's like a short piece of music that I needed to get Jordan from, because there was this section where he was walking from the doorway to the couch, and I found this really stupid, like mariachi little riff.
Greg, why don't you sit down? Craig.
And it's just
The music
so,
starts as soon
so
as I start
funny
walking
to me.
like an idiot.
It's so dumb.
So dumb. That's one of those things that probably no one notices at all, but every time you watch it, it makes you laugh so hard because you like know it's there,
Yeah.
and you're looking for it, and it's just one of those things that gets you regardless.
And it's one of those things where you're watching other people watch it, and then you're like, are they going to react to this thing?
Are they gonna react?
Or
to this
do I
dumb
just
thing?
think
or
it's
is that
funny?
only me who notices that? What was the story for after this you were gonna say?
Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about how in some of the improv ones that we did, like the Comedy 101. All right, here we go. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to do
Classic comedy scenarios today, everybody.
Right, let's do them.
Yeah.
The second one of that we did was sort of stressful for me. Just coming in and trying to think of something eventually became stressful because I felt like,
You're on the spot.
Yeah, I'm not
being funny enough.
I'm not being funny. I'm not bringing any ideas to the table. And then eventually you hit certain things. It turned out fine, but in the moment I was just like, this is not working.
Yeah.
It's freaking me out.
Yeah.
Because we shot for like 3 hours.
Was it 3 hours we did
It was a long time. There's so much of that that's just not funny. So much of that that's just we walk in and we both don't have an idea and then we walk out. Classic scenario. I'm going to do the classic scenario of man with one cold hand.
Oh, so that one's warm and that one's cold.
Oh, that's a cold hand. Okay.
Classic scenario.
Okay.
But then, like, you'd get on streaks where you're
Yeah.
like, this is a funny thing, and then get it down to, like, the core funny element.
Yeah, because eventually we would hit a funny thing, and then we're like, okay, let's refine this a couple times.
Let's play this out again, see how it goes.
The PSAs became a funny thing. Hello,
Hey,
I sell crack.
I will purchase a crack.
It is $300 per crack.
Oh, I will take 7 cracks. That's
Well-
a reasonable amount of cracks, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, well, give me whatever is in your wallet because I can't do math.
Oh, okay.
End scene. In that last one, we were doing a really realistic portrayal of drug addiction.
Drug addiction, drug dealers.
How commerce works.
Yeah, between drug dealers. That was just
Right.
a really realistic
So-
view into the world of drugs.
Sorry we got so real there, but
Yeah.
sometimes
You need to strike a serious stone,
you've
even in
gotta-
improv.
You got to broach across the serious topics.
Yeah.
That
Like-
became good.
We were, like, scavenging around looking for props we could use, and I found those glasses.
Classic scenario.
Okay. Right.
You be really lame.
Uh-huh.
Super easy for you.
Yeah.
I'm a cool guy. All right.
All right, let's try that.
No, try and talk to me. Okay.
I want to tell you
I
about
don't
my
want to.
life.
I don't want to hear.
I want to tell you
No,
about.
I'm cool. I don't want to listen to you.
My mom just died.
Shut up.
I remember that. I remember that one too. We were so desperate for things, we were grabbing anything, and I remember you eventually being like, "No more props. You can't just come in and say I have a bowl. It's not good. I can't react to that." And also, whenever we're doing an improv thing, there's always a point where you will find it funny that your character is going to murder me.
Hey, I'm a crazy criminal. I'm a crazy criminal.
Where'd you get that?
I got it from the gun place where criminals get their guns.
We don't have guns in our props.
Yeah, we do.
So,
I'm
don't-
a criminal.
I don't think
I
we
have
do.
a gun.
What
What do you think? I should hold you up? I'm gonna
don't-
hold you up.
Please.
I'm a crazy
don't
criminal.
do
You don't know
that.
what I'm gonna do. He's
I'm
not
gonna,
giving
I'm
me
gonna go
his-
talk to Stacy.
Come back here. Wait, ah! Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
And that's the thing. It's just eventually somewhere in the improv, I'm like, okay, that's the point where Jordan's just going to pull out a knife. And it's funny that his character is a murderer. And that's what it is. In the giraffe one, there's also that point where you're like, we murdered our friend. And then I'm just fine with it.
You know, I'm glad we're going to the giraffe convention because,
Are we?
yeah, we are still,
Okay.
to lift our spirits because,
Yeah.
you know how when we were in there, we accidentally murdered your friend Tony, who sits on the couch.
Why'd you bring that up?
I don't know. It's just really relevant right now. I just had the knife, plunged it into his face.
You know, we
out
forgot
of
to
hand.
take care of his body.
Oh, we should probably bury that.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite parts of that one. That was fun to get back to just kind of honing our improv skills.
I haven't done improv stuff in forever.
And now we've done it every week, so it just feels natural. Another reason for why I wanted to do the show was that I hadn't hung out with Theo in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And hadn't done improv with Theo in a while. And so I was like, this is a great opportunity to bring in Theo, who is the funniest guy I know.
Right. Also, well, we hadn't done it in a long time. And so we're like, yeah, we should have Theo do some stuff. That would be fun to be able to hang out with him and stuff. But Theo has changed a lot since we last did this with him.
So we were unsure if he could hop back into that kind of improv mindset that he has
Turns
as a kid.
out, even more funny than I remember. He's hilarious genius.
Because the first one we did was the Highfalutin Fig Newtons one, and where he's the chef, the nervous chef. And I remember one of those takes, it's the one we used, and it is almost completely nonstop all the way through, and it's like this minute and a half take.
Solid
he's
of
just
him
like,
just improving on a roll, saying things and going and going.
Yeah, and it's just punchline after punchline, too.
You didn't even need to cut in. Like, you put cuts in just to split it up, but you didn't even have to. It was crazy.
And he only stopped because I just burst out hysterically laughing.
Hold your horses, buckaroo. We've brought in Daniel, a chef. He's come up with a little jingle that will explain to you why highfalutin Fig Newtons are so great.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm here. I'm the cook here today, and I came here to represent a product that I was supposed to come up with a jingle for, and I didn't really have much notice for that, so I just came up with a really quick one that I came up with actually 20 minutes before I came to this commercial. And I just wanted to let you know the jingle, so next time you're in the grocery store, you're going to see this product and you're going to be like, oh my goodness, this is the product that man presented on that commercial that I saw a couple of days ago, because I like watching TV. Not everyone does. Why do I mention that? Anyways, this is this highfalutin Fig Newton that keeps your boot from scooting from having a regular Putin, you know? You know what I mean? So let's sing this jingle, let's all get together and let's get amped up for this, because I really want to sing this jingle, I really want to get this commercial over with, because I deal with stress well, I deal with anxiety well, you know? I don't have problems at home that I don't really talk about with other people, but that's not the point. This is highfalutin Fig Newton, keep your boot from having a regular Putin, you know what I mean? It's not really that catchy, is it? But I think you'll remember this because, you know, this is a product that's special. It's not for the middle class. This is for the high class. And what I want you to know is that this has something that is good for your health for once, you know? You encounter so many irregularities in the food industry today, and you're wondering to yourself, like, what am I eating today? You are what you eat. Do you believe in that phrase? Do you? You eat a fish. Are you a fish? No, I don't think so. But you might encounter mercury poisoning. So you might want to double check on the sushi restaurant the next time you go there, because sometimes you're not in the mood for Japanese.
That was an amazing what Theo does when we're shooting anything is he'll just go until we laugh, and it usually doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
And he'll just try to break me, and he'll never do anything the same twice.
Yeah.
Which makes it even worse, because I'm like, I'm expecting this thing. I know I've gotten used to that. I'm not going to laugh at that, and then it's a completely different thing.
His main goal is trying to get us to laugh, because that's like what he gets out of it. Yeah.
And usually I can predict where people are going to go. Like with you, I know, a lot of times I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Because we have a brain link.
Yeah.
But with Theo, I'm like,
I'm not sure.
I have no idea what he's going to say. Where are we going to go? I don't know. So that kind of leads into the first one I wanted to talk about, which is...
All right, so here we are at the famous house, the place no one's been in years. Let's do it. Let's go.
I wanted it to be like
you
one
wrote
of
it, yeah.
Yeah, like one of those NPR pieces. We're talking about this thing we think is important, but it's this really dumb,
very
little
niche,
thing, a very niche thing,
and only very specific people will appreciate it. Theo in that one, it's based on a character that we did a long time ago with Theo.
Yeah. So the original movie it's another one I wrote, and Theo's in it. He's playing this weirdo character. It's the same character, where he cares a lot about typos, but
I've recently become fascinated in the humorous world of magazine typos. Typos. If a period is in the middle of a word, if a capital is at the end of a word, what do? I send the editors a letter of complaint that they did something wrong in their magazine. And what do? I just laugh behind their back.
We didn't have very many sets at the time, so that one we're filming Theo in like an interview style, and his back is against the door, and we're just in my parents' bathroom.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting with his back against the door, dressed in really stupid attire.
We used part of the outtakes of that in this new one because we could, because it's the same exact character.
It's actually the same character.
And he only has one line in the old one.
Yeah. The cut we used, though, in the movie is actually an outtake from the old one.
Yeah, that we didn't use.
Which
is why I felt like
the
we could use
outtakes
it.
from that are so funny. That's another one of those Theo situations where he was just saying a different thing every time.
I've recently become fascinated in the world of humorous magazine typos.
You know what's actually funny is from those outtakes, there's that part where he talks about being a dragon.
You're not like a dragon.
And he does like an impression. And then you made a whole movie based off the dragon
Based off
boy.
that joke, yeah.
The Dragon Boy spends most of his day huddled in the basement that serves as his prison. He constantly screams out in agony at the top of his lungs. It is assumed it is some sort of mating call.
And it's not good.
So
but
the three of us sitting in that bathroom together spawned 3 movies.
so many ideas.
From Theo improving dumb things.
Theo's one improv session.
We laughed for like 10 minutes at the stupid dragon thing. And then you're all like, well, I just want him to do that more. So I'm going to make a movie where he has to do that a whole bunch.
Because when we were kids, a lot of us doing shorts was me being like, what can I make my friends do? What's the stupidest I can make them look? And that was fun.
Yeah. But fun for him.
Today I woke up and glanced down at my belly button and foot. They had both sprouted horrible lesions, brightly colored pustules of transcripent frivolity. How the disease started I am of ignorance. I assume it started in the deep cavity of my belly orifice. Pondering over what comeuppance would happenstance in order for my foot to then contract the same Archaeopteryx, I am still uncertain.
But actually, it was fun for all of us because we have,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was, right?
No, it was. But yeah, there's definitely that theme of Max seeing how annoying and stupid of situations he can put us in
I did make you a masturbating fax man.
Yeah.
That's something that's
I work in an office and masturbate using fax machine.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What's going on over there?
What? Nothing. Just looking at some fruit stuff. Just
Some
fruit
fruits?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, lucrative new fruit prospect I came across.
A lucrative fruit prospect.
Yeah, I'll tell you about
Why
it later.
don't you tell me about it now?
No. I'll show you later.
Okay.
It's gonna be great.
All right.
There was one that you refused to do, which was the findsomesingles.org one.
Findsomesingles.org.
No, because it was originally I wanted you to do it, and you're like, I think you should play this.
I think you were better in that part. But also,
oh right, yeah.
You were. I think you definitely were better as that character. But also, yeah. I don't know. I did.
And I sort of agreed. I kind of knew when you read it that you were going to be like,
You still wanted to see what my reaction was.
I wanted to see what your reaction was. Because there's a dildo joke in it. And you were just like, I'm not doing that. You want me to, on the first date? Wow, that's exotic. I'm going to have to decline because I am a gentleman. And it takes me a couple more dates to get there. But we will get there. I mean, I'm not saying it's out of the question, but I wanted to wait a little while longer before I was like, hey, surprise, I'm into this. I mean, imagine if we were going at it and I just whipped out which I wouldn't. It's not something you just, you have to, it has to be a conversation.
Findsomesingles.org, funded by the government.
And then also,
I don't think it was the dildo that
Wasn't
was
it
the
the
problem.
dildo
No, there was a
problem?
lot of things.
he's just a complete creep.
Just embarrassing.
Yeah, he's a really embarrassing character. And I was like, yeah, it's probably best that someone with a girlfriend should do this one. Because, you know, if anyone sees this,
They might.
they might be dissuaded from real life interactions with such a person.
Oh.
But yeah, Genius Profiles. That was another one where we just sat down Theo and had him do things.
Yeah.
Because we had barely a
Well,
script.
I wrote a whole script, but
There were parts missing though.
I technically had the whole script written, but it's more funny just to let Theo go down the rabbit hole of his brain and see what happens. And it was going to be too short, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom watched that one too, and she was like, I really liked it. I thought it was hilarious. Until it gets to the part where Theo's talking about how he's going through the sex ed section. Like, what was that about?
You see, I was passing through this corridor, and I saw a category that was something that I should not have seen. It was the sex ed category, the category that no one goes to. And I went over to this category, and I picked out a book that had so many typos. It started my race towards my creativity. It was called Pee-Pees and Wee-Wees.
And then Theo says, well, that was actually based on a real experience that I had. Where I was actually in the library and this really happened to me.
You went
And
through the sex ed.
I was searching through the Pee-Pees and Wee-Wees. And that's actually not a joke, that was my real life.
What did she say? What did she say?
She just moved on from that topic of conversation. But it was really funny to me because if you ask Theo about some weird thing that he just said, it's usually based on something in real life. Or like one of his friends that he's met that he thinks acts weird, or
He has a weird...
he has this weird pool of things that he pulls from.
Here we are, 44 episodes later, the end of the Top Hat Balloon Show Season 1.
We'd like to thank a couple people.
Yeah. David Geisler,
Morgan Pear,
Theo Olmsted,
Jeff Bell,
T.C. DeWitt,
Jim O'Connell,
Eric Mamou.
and I think that might be it.
Yeah.
So that it's been a wild ride, and I'm happy we did it. I'm proud of a lot of the work that we've done.
Yeah. We achieved a lot, and
You'll see us at film festivals. I'm going to be releasing outtakes.
we're going to do stuff in the future, and I hope you're there to see it. So anyway,
It's been real.
that's been real, and we're going to cheers to the Top Hat Balloon Show.
Then we're going to go play video games.
Yeah.
Gonna have some free time.
We're not going to film something.
Not going to make a thing.